Hello, beautiful souls. Got a new little setup going, so maybe you have a new setup going. Moving furniture, doing things around the house. So I'm calling in your light team and my light team to get any messages through that are needed at this time, either for confirmation or empowerment, upliftment. This should be something that you're already aware of as well. So if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Don't make it fit. Don't force the puzzle piece. Okay? All right. Any low vibrational beings, you can just leave and exit right now, because we really don't need that kind of energy here. So anyway, let's get to it. Yeah, it was kind of funny how I was called to do this. So it's for somebody. Somebody needs to hear something. I also have, oh, that's first, okay. The Akashic Records Oracle. A lot of water, a lot of rain happening in places that it doesn't usually happen. Flooding. It seems like Mother Gaia is reaching out to those. I feel like you are one of those people. You're very sensitive. It's like you can't even kill bugs. Like maybe there was a time you did, but you become more sensitive to this. Stand your ground. There's something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. Maybe humanitarian rights of some sort. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Can I get up for a second? Thank you. Oh, no. No. Again, new setup. So he's not used to this. There you go. Get on the meditation pillow. Connect to your intuition. You're being asked to stand your ground. There is something that has reoccurred in your life, or that is a trigger for you, or you're really sensitive about it. And this is saying this is something you should be fighting for, but not like fight. It's more like advocating. Bringing some kind of awareness, maybe a creative way of bringing awareness to it, almost like camouflage, because people have these labels, and if something is under a label, it doesn't reach as many people. Deception. You're not seeing the entire picture of a person or situation. It may be purposefully withheld from you, or you may be choosing to look the other way or betray yourself in some way. It's time to gain clarity. All right, we'll gain clarity on that too. Well, I mean, this first card did say that there's something you should be fighting for, but you're hiding. So there's some kind of boundary that needs to be laid. But speaking up for what you believe in, I don't know in what capacity that could be. I feel like you haven't started yet because you don't have the full picture, but maybe you're not supposed to. Most of the time you're not going to know. You just got to take the next step or whatever you can do at this time. There is something about deception, something being withheld from you, some kind of information. Okay, one more. Pause. Yeah, I feel like you're in this pause because you're putting things together. Yeah. Hopefully I can figure out how to make a bigger one right here so you guys can see it. Because it's somebody looking. There's a clock on the wall. There's a huge landscape, beautiful clouds, the sun, and it's like pieces coming together. Timelines coming together. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all of the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. So there is, I feel like, take how it resonates. It should be a confirmation, not new information. Either you're deceiving yourself, or, and I'm leaning more towards the latter, is there's a piece of information that has been withheld from you. And if you, it's like not having the right information. Your soul is like not letting you move forward because there's misinformation, or you just are missing a piece of information that was supposed to be given to you. And it's like you're standing your ground up to somebody. They were supposed to share something with you, but they're like in denial. They're viewing the world through filters. So Spirit's asking you to pause, because I feel like you're going to get this message in a different way. Yeah. Yeah. Really take a pause. That is what's going to put everything together, and you're going to gain clarity. You have some kind of superpower of standing your ground, but it's when you're really anchored into what it is you're fighting for. Okay, for some of you, there's some deception with your attention being pulled. That's why this pause is here. You're deceiving yourself because maybe you're watching a lot of videos, or you're seeking external information, which reading and all those things are good. Desire is being pulled in a certain way, but at this point in time, you are being asked, grounding, to pause. Lord Ganesha could be significant, or an elephant. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. I mean, it's scientifically proven. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you already know this. We can visualize just anything that is weighing us down that we're dealing with, and just imagine it being given to the earth and to Gaia, and give it thanks, and the elementals, and whoever it is that you resonate with, or that you would like to identify it with. It's a human thing, because on an energetic level, it's just a feeling. It's just, you just feel it, you just pick it up. It's almost like disconnect, to disconnect and pause, because there's something, most of the time it's ourselves. There's some kind of deception, like a trickster energy we're just not aware of yet. I feel like when you see this, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I see. Maybe just the next step, maybe not the whole thing. Remember, we're never supposed to really know the whole picture. It's letting go of the need to know everything that's going to happen, because it defeats the whole purpose. I just saw an 8-ball. Cancer. I think tomorrow, today's the 6th, so tomorrow Uranus moves into Gemini, and this is Cancer season. The heart, emotion, appreciation, or sadness. A love letter to yourself. You may have found yourself filled with gratitude recently. This is a rich and fulfilling time, but if instead you have been yearning to ease sombre feelings, consider that giving thanks can make you happier. Experiment by writing a thank you note to yourself. That's very beneficial. There's also practices of writing a letter from your future self. giving thanks for pushing through and identifying and just or releasing and surrendering and allowing, you know, it to flow. Anything you're wanting to bring into your reality, that is a really good practice. Or just to help fill yourself up with loving energy. There's nothing more potent than us giving love to ourselves. And then you also have Pisces with material. Create space. A house without walls. When the walls start to close in, you need to find wide open spaces. Dissolve the boundaries. It may be that you need more space in your calendar or the freedom to let yourself wander. You're free, you can wander. Yeah, pause. He does look like he's wandering there. Also, a love letter to yourself or any parts of yourself that are like trickster or ego that is trying to protect you from something that's not even true anymore, or that we got from a family member or a friend or something. You know, we can ask it to come to the surface, like, what is this about? And then pay attention to the scenarios and conversations we have on a daily basis, because usually somebody reflecting that same energy frequency marker will come into our vicinity. And it's like, by being aware and present with them, we end up answering our own questions to what we're going through. So be aware of that. Anything else? Okay. Identity, ascendant. A star rises in the east. You are developing a key factor of your identity or personality. This impacts other people, but it is also an affirmation of what is important to you. Allow for a new beginning. Remember, you are unique, and find your self-assurance. So again, this is a lot to do with filling yourself up, making it a practice. A lot, like, ask ChatGPT to generate new questions each week, because that is self-love, that is self-care, that's introspection, that's caring about your inner world, your inner layout, which is like what matters the most anyway. You know, balance, of course, it all matters. Our bodies, making sure we're running or tuning in so that we can feel the subtle energies and we can decode these things. Imagination, Pisces with wisdom. Take a walk on a rainbow. Rainbow. Reality is not always the space you need to inhabit, but what worlds can you create in your mind's eye? Imagination can inflate your fears, but it can also be used to piece together exciting new ideas and possibilities. Absolutely. That's where that, like, schizophrenia, like, you can be a mystic and go into the subconscious, into the void, into your imagination. But there needs to be techniques to keep your, like, the fear, and then the mantras of reminding, like, ground, like, hey, we're safe, we're okay, we're not in the past experiences, because those energy frequencies are still there. And the imagination and the self, the original self, the authentic self, and where we create, you know, also space, you know, identity. Maybe you're also creating space within. Ooh, okay. Veering off there. Trying to hold this, Spirit, this one thread. So using your imagination, recreating your identity, creating space where you can take up space. You're allowed to take up space. And I cannot stress this enough. Be aware of where you are making yourself small and change that. That is the old paradigm. That's the old way of doing it. Or maybe this is something you've now mastered. Ending, Scorpio material. A tadpole on the brink of transformation. Something must end for something new to begin. Think of something you have lost in your life. Did you process it fully? What needs to be felt before you can move on? So there is something you lost in the past. Maybe you're robbed. Maybe you lost something. Maybe you gambled something. I don't know. something that is holding regret or loss and some kind of energy that Spirit wants you to get back. Your higher self wants you to get back. Yeah, to prune the limitations. There's a limitation. There's a root that needs to be pruned away so that this gate can fly open into some kind of new adventure, which is packed full of self-confidence, patience, and security. Also something about a revolution, but you might not be. I'm not going to say that. This is a lot of expansion, though. Okay. Smoky quartz, smoky quartz. Thank you for helping me with this energy. We give it commands, we infuse it, we have intention, we thank it, we cleanse it. We love it. It's just another form of consciousness that can assist us on this journey that we're on, this new way of being. Change, tradition. So there's some kind of tradition that needs to be changed. Maybe this has to do with your identity and using your imagination. Take a pause, ground yourself. What is it your soul truly wants? That, I feel, is one of the most difficult questions, because there are all these filters, these things to work through that actually are not from us, that we picked up. We're like, oh, we think we want this because we were taught this, or so-and-so has this, but it might not be right for your soul. And I feel like you're going to save a lot of time. Again, time, those clocks, if you take this pause. Grace. Going out into the nature for sure. Wizard and balance. Have grace with yourself. Seriously, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. And if you do, great. Let's up that. Let's gratitude rampage, grace rampage, anything and everything we can be grateful for. Maybe you can not embody the energy, but remember a time where you didn't have that and give it to yourself. Wizard, balance. You're a wizard. You need, in order to bring you balance, I feel like you need a space to create, to stretch your legs, to grow those new roots. Okay, so Spirit's just saying, the deception is within and without. So if our inner and outer worlds, if we're aligned and we're seeing things outside of us, so maybe you've become aware of some kind of deception, or it's just narcissistic or old energies that you're ready to level up from, and it's also made you look within, or you changed it within and then you were aware of it externally. Either or. But it's really being raw and honest with yourself and taking a pause and forgiving yourself, loving yourself. Like, hey, this is pretty sad that we didn't see this way sooner. But that is only going to cause more low vibrational energy that can be a beacon for those entities that will, make it even worse and even harder. That's why amulets and intentions and spiritual practices, burning things, whatever it is for you, whatever your intuition, like, you don't have to copy just whatever's out of book. You can if you want, but usually you should make it your own in some way. That is what real magic is, when it's a fire burning from within you, something you're passionate about, something you have stood your ground on, that you are immovable of because of your life experience. And there's deception around this. Maybe there's deception in the world about this, and you have some life experience. Every voice counts. Every voice counts. Every little bit counts, okay? I saw the key. Floating away there for a second. I have to be aware. Oh, wow. This is Ifarada, healing, which is the star. And that's funny because it's coming up under identity. A star rises in the east. I mean, I'm so used to being mind blown. I make it, it's normal for me. And also when your belief is that it's just a normal occurrence, these things, these mind blowing synchronicities and the way things line up will just come naturally because you're expecting it. It's like breathing air. Okay. Yeah, a key. You're developing a key factor of your identity or personality. The key is healing. It's like you provide healing when you're in balance. You're a wizard. You're like so tapped in and aligned. You're giving commands. Interesting. Something about 3 candles. Maybe you lit 3 candles for some reason. You're being asked to. Ooh, spirit. This is the sun in the background. Long-term planning with your identity. Use your imagination. Take up space. How would you take up space? 2 of them came out. Mami Wata with memory and spirit act. Ooh, interesting. Using your imagination is actually going to generate some kind of memory, a water memory. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Go to a body of water, preferably not a pool with chemicals. If you smoke marijuana, Spirit's actually asking you to. Make it ceremonial. Give thanks to the Great Spirit. If not, then I'm not encouraging that at all. That is just what kind of came through because this is like the main card. Like it's a spirit act. It's a plant and like a huge J. Very something, significant about pre-rolls and water. A lot of water. There's even rain here. Reflections, sun, being outside, casting a shadow. Ooh, yeah, this person, the walls are falling down and there is a sun behind them and then there's the shadow being cast and it's like right in front of you. And it's balanced. It's even balanced in this picture and this, wizard balance. There's a balance. Maybe you feel very expansive and spacious. Oh, I heard that you will, when you give yourself grace and give yourself credit for a lot of things that you actually never have. There's a lot of little gems in there that you can go back and like level yourself up by giving yourself love and appreciation. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I think I'm gonna do that. I want to do that now. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this. And yeah, that's really cool. I heard for some of you, you did something really creative in high school and you didn't give yourself enough credit because other people were jealous, but you took it as there was something wrong with you. Yeah, go find that nugget. I want one. I don't know why, but I want one more. But it is time to act on your imagination. And again, you're going to create something. When you're given the spaciousness, when you're allowed to open up with your identity beyond the identity. Beyond the identity. Also, you have a guardian angel, a passed over loved one that is watching over you. Restoration. Is there 2? It's like the male and the female star card. It's what this looks like. Restoration and healing. They're both pouring into the earth, into the water. One looks at nighttime and one looks at daytime. And actually, it's like the female with the divine masculine energy and a male with the divine feminine energy. Sing. It's time to sing. So maybe your voice is coming back. The guitar, there's light coming from her throat. There's restoration. There's your gifts are coming back. Something's coming back to you. Holy crap, that's cool. Pay attention. Pay attention. Test out your voice. What were some things that you used to love to do? Yeah, there's a legacy. You're carrying on some kind of legacy and honor. Okay, let's move on. Don't want this to be too long. I don't even know if I have enough space for too long, so no reversals, please and thank you. Act on your imagination, memory. So, like, wander. Again, it talks about wandering. Just, where do you want to go? Disconnect from everything. After doing, I feel like these are steps. This is what's going to happen. It's going to bring balance. You're going to notice something. You're going to know something about your identity or feel something, a memory of how you used to feel, and go just following this rainbow, following the rain. Maybe you're going to dance in the rain. They want you to act because this is going to jog some kind of memory. Yeah, 8 of Swords, a memory from the past. 10 of Swords, of betrayal. Pay attention. And this is not to like frighten you. It's just, you know, take a deep breath, be calm, send yourself some love, really pause with yourself, ground yourself. Because this is not coming back. This is not coming back. Yeah, the Hangman, the new perspective. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's time to look at it. It's going to give you a new perspective, and it's going to lighten your load. I feel like it's going to help you like really love just yourself in life and this whole situation a lot more, and help this past memory get on out of there. Yes, and then slow movement forward. The Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles. On how to move forward, where to move forward, what grow, like overseeing some kind of growth. King of Wands. Let me see if there's any people that are involved in this. Give me a court card of any kind if there are people involved into this energy. Temperance. I said court card though. No, this is an alchemy of energy. You're alchemizing some kind of past deception that you've been holding on to. There's a deception. You've been deceiving yourself because you've been thinking these energies and these thoughts are your own, taking them on yourself, and then creating scenarios where it's like the past experiences keep coming up. And then the way you're thinking, so, oh man, they're going to betray me just like the last people. You know, hanging your head, like having to sacrifice. I don't know where we're going with that. You're the Sagittarius energy, but there's something like glowing about your crown though. Like it's everywhere. I'm seeing it everywhere on different decks. There's something about the way your mind works or something. 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Past betrayal, new perspective. Moving forward, alchemizing. Alchemizing the energy. What is going to help them get this new perspective? I mean, obviously just going over it, rethinking it, making sure it's not living in the body anymore, and telling yourself, you know, hey, we're safe. This is not then. We can think about it. We can go over the experience and and program our body. Let it, you know, hug ourselves, love ourselves, write a letter of appreciation or sadness. You know, either one. If you were sad, then write when you were sad, when you had this betrayal, when you had this, these experiences of betrayal. Just people not getting you, or they fall into the dark side. Okay. What's their possible outcome when they alchemize this energy, spirit? Page of Swords, curiosity. I see childlike wonder. They're wearing a cape. They're painting. Creating. Okay, creating. 6 of Wands. Guys, I feel like it's guaranteed. I don't think you can escape this energy, period. I feel like this is just either a confirmation you already went through this, or this is something you're entering right now. And maybe this information will just help you along. And then you'll notice some shifts. Yeah. Starway to Light. Come on. 6 of Wands, the Starway to Light. This is the extra card in the 78 Stories tarot deck. And it's a whole portal. It's like an ascension. Victory and success, like getting a piece of yourself back that you didn't even know that you could get back. Spirit, yeah, there's a child here in this woman's arms. Yeah, this looks like a mother and son, but one of them has passed. Realizing you can still communicate with all of them. None of them are really gone. Okay, that'll be for a select few. So, can I get some advice? Anything for their advice? Six of Swords, changing your way of thinking, transitioning to a new mental landscape. And this person is actually all dressed up to go to the army and leave, and saying goodbye to his I'm guessing wife or girlfriend, his love, and he's going off to the military. And with that, it's like you're being asked to put, stand your ground. Stand your ground and transition into an identity, a version of yourself that you know is going to alchemize this whole situation, confront this past experience of betrayal and hurt, and really dig deep and feel it. If somebody needs to probably watch your kids or something so that it can help. Whoa. Either a King of Cups is going to leave, or you're going to emotionally disconnect from somebody that was supposed to be a King of Cups. Or it's just a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Somebody from your past. Also getting the Queen of Cups in reverse. Maybe they gave you some kind of opportunity, but they were not family. You might have put this to an end. Something about a narcissist was hidden, and they were like in the Nine of Swords. You might have been picking up on this and thinking it was yours. Letting go of the impulsiveness and racing in to fix everybody is giving you truth and clarity. Wow. There's justice. Somebody. Yeah, so this reflects on our inside. So when we do the inner work, we end up being shown this. This ends up being revealed externally to us if it's beneficial for our journey. So don't hang on that. Don't expect it. Hold on to everything lightly, just very lightly. It took 25 years for me to finally get the truth about my mother's death. But know that even when nobody will give you information, nobody will help you, if that's what you want, and the moment you let go and just like, all right, I'm moving on, it'll end up happening. It ends up happening. Oh, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, just slow down. Go hunker down by yourself. Introspect. Allow yourself to feel it. How would they know this King of Cups? How would they know this King of Cups? I'm also getting you need to just forgive yourself for not having emotional intelligence from people that you had in the past that maybe you didn't walk away from. Oh, I forgot. Did I ask? Oh, 3 of Wands, and then it looks like a bunch of people working on a project process. They have like ID tags. They're all talking and questioning, so you worked with this person in some way. Like an actual job? There's a group that resisted change and did not allow their old foundations, their old ways of being to crumble. Because I wasn't going to take any reversals, but this was shouting at me to read it. The Tower in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. So you know this person. You would know them because they don't change. Emperor in reverse. Three of Swords. They're so freaking hurt. Oh my god, because the illusions are over. Oh my god. And then there you are. I wish I could show these cards. She's sitting on a stoop. She's got a present. Four of Cups. There's somebody trying to come up and give her a present. But you're just like unbothered. Like, I'm done. Oh, the World. Closing out this cycle. Oh my gosh. The High Priestess in reverse. The Sun in reverse. So you're closing out the cycle of not being able to tap into your abilities, your intuition, and not having happiness. Yeah, that was super boring. It's like you got over something. You peeped game. You caught on to something. You're just like, I'm done with this. This cycle is done. Bring on the World. This could also be with somebody's family or legacy, or maybe this was something you were going after and you're like, I'm done trying to force it. There's also an earth sign in somebody's family. Wait a minute. There could be a child involved. Okay. I feel like that's a little too far, but that was amazing. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so your advice is just to change your way of thinking and what you've been thinking about and how you've been thinking about it. And I feel like this is actually, you're just going to transition into this new way of thinking because there's some kind of memory. There's a memory of this betrayal you're going to gain some kind of new perspective, which is going to help you move forward, but it's going to be slow. And you're going to be alchemizing things, I feel like, along the journey, along the way. This is amazing. You're rewriting your story. You're loving yourself in new ways, finding new practices, creating space for yourself and beyond. I love how this is beyond the house without walls and beyond. You're so expansive. You're so big. You know, roots need areas to stretch. Oh, I just got tingles. So like the mycelium in the networks of the web of life, you know, within the earth and how everything communicates, and we can actually tap into that kind of like avatar. Yeah, that's real stuff. Yeah, I feel like there's some groundbreaking work here for a lot of light workers and a lot of people that are coming online. It's just about being patient and pause and like always reflect. Like, is there something not right about this person? Then there's something that I need to address within myself, but also just being aware, not labeling anything, making sure that we're touching base with our past experiences. Not everybody is going to betray us. Sometimes, you know, we're in and out of people's lives. We share a little bit of information. We can't hold on lightly. It's a dipping in, dipping out, having spirit speak through other people to us, and sometimes they won't even remember what they had said to us. And that's how much awareness you have. And you're going to start putting everything together like, wow, I remember a lot more and different than other people around me. A lot of, you know, when you're fully awake and aware, and people will gaslight or they'll lie, and it's like, you know that they're lying, and then it just brings on this frustration and confusion, and it's like you're disconnecting from the emotion of it. Do allow anything that needs to be processed, but it's like identifying that a lot of these energies you've already went through and you've already leveled up. This is just, it's the delay. It's like the 2-year delay as you end up seeing past versions of yourself and you come into contact with them, and it's like, are you going to go back to that timeline, or are you going to keep moving forward? And whoever I'm talking to, you're making space. You're shedding the old to go beyond and create this new identity with your imagination and with spirit. And spirit's like, the time will come to act for sure. I love you guys. I love you so much. Yeah. So that was your reading, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. And the universe loves you. I love you. Everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time.